Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Saturday. I am back in Dollar General for some 5 for 25 deals, and we do have the clearance event going on. I did come into this store to shop, picked up one or two things because that was all they had, and then left on out. So I need to do a quick deal. I have something to do later on. So I went ahead and picked up all of my items, and I'm just going to lay everything out, show you what I'm picking up, and then go to the register and check out with my receipt. So sit tight and let me show you what I'm going to get on this Saturday for my 5 for 25. Alright, you guys, so here is my first two transactions. I am going to repeat this deal minus the Clorox, and I'll explain why in a few minutes. So I'm going to pick up two of the Olay body washes at $7.50 each, and we have a 4 for 2 digital coupon, but I'm also going to use that spend 15 on P&G body wash and deodorant and save $5. Then I'm going to pick up the Schick Extreme 3 razor for $7. We have a $3 digital coupon. The Airwick Advanced Warmer for $4. We have that $4 digital coupon. And then a Febreze fabric spray. It's $4.25 at this store. And we have that $2.30 digital coupon. So for everything in this transaction minus the Clorox, the total is $30.25. That 5 off of 15 should come off first as that being a Dollar General store digital coupon, bringing me down to $25.25, as well as all of the other digital coupons that I just mentioned. The 4 for 2 for the Olay, $3 for the Schick, about $3.20 for the Airwick, and then $2.30 for the Febreze. That should lead me to pay right around $7.75, which I actually think is a really, really good deal. Now, also on this account, I have a spend 10 in P&G products, get $3 on your next purchase. And so I believe that that will come off simply because, as I stated, the Olay is $15. Once the spend 15 get 5 comes off, that puts me at $10. So I still have $10 in P&G qualifying products for me to still be able to earn the $3. If I earn that $3 off of 301 purchase, I'm going to pick up the Clorox Sentiva. So I believe it's $4.50 here at this store. We have a $1 digital coupon, as well as that $3 off of 301 digital coupon that should apply, leaving me to pay just 50 cents for that. And I think that's an amazing deal. So again, as I stated, I'm going to repeat this deal but minus the Clorox, and should pay about $7.75-ish or so, depending on the deduction of that Airwick digital coupon. So here's what transaction number 3 is looking like. I'm going to pick up the Dreft detergent at $10.50, and we have a $3.05 digital coupon. Picking up the Airwick warmer again at $4 with the $4 digital coupon. I'm going to pick up this Icy Hot No Mess Pain Relief at $5.35, and we have a $5 digital coupon. And then I'm going to pick up the Finish Powerball Ultimate. This is the 14 count, and it's $5.50 at this store. Now, I'm only doing this transaction because I needed the Finish for a bundle, and then I'm just trying to stock up on the Dreft for my niece, or my goddaughter really, and then of course the Icy Hot and the Airwick have value digital coupon, so I wanted to include that in there. So the total for this transaction should be $25.35. All the digital coupons should apply to include my 5 for 25. That should leave me to pay probably around $9 and some change after the Airwick digital reduces. And then I'm also hearing that the Icy Hot digital reduces some as well. And so I'm still perfectly okay with that, because overall I basically would be paying close to just the cost of the draft and getting, everything else for free. And as far as I'm concerned, that's still a win. So here's the last transaction that I'm going to pick up. I tried to center this one around picking up the Tide Pods because I also need that for a bundle that I'm going to be selling. So we have the Icy Hot again, as we know, at $5.35 with the $5 digital. That Febreze fabric, it's $4.25 here with the $2.30 digital. The Tide Power Pods, it's $5.75 here, and we have that $2.05 digital coupon. The Skintimate razor at $6 with the $3 digital coupon, and then of course the Airwick Advanced Warmer for $4 with the $4 digital coupon. That's going to leave the total to be $25.35. My 5 for 25 should apply, as well as all of the other digital coupons. Once the Icy Hot and the Airwick lowers down, I'll probably pay close to $6 for this transaction. If you include the full value of the icy hot and the air wick, it comes up to about $4. So once you add about 80 cents for the air wick, that's $4.80. And then I don't know um, how much of the $5 will come off for the icy hot. So you figure I'll just round up to about close to $6, and I'm perfectly fine with that considering that's basically the cost of the Tide Pods, which is exactly what I needed. So I'm doing 4 transactions total, 2 repeat deals, then adding on, well, 5 transactions total. So 2 repeat deals with the Olay, then the 1 transaction with the Clorox, the 1 transaction with the Dreft, and this one. So I'm going to go check out while it's still pretty quiet in the store and no one at the register, see if I can get this all done at one time, and then I'll come back and show you the receipts. All right, let's talk about the receipts. So I did do the Olay, 2 Olay transactions first because I wanted to see if that spend 10, get 3 or $3 on your next purchase would trigger. So it was on this particular card that it would have happened. So as you can see, we have the Airwick, $4, Febreze, $4.25, Schick, $7, the 2 Olay at $7.50. All of the digital coupons, the Airwick lowered down to $3.10. It normally lowers to $3.20, $3.22, something like that. But everything else did apply. And then you see my 5 off of 25, and then that 5 off of 15 for the Olay. I ended up paying $8.80 after taxes, so before taxes comes to $7.60. And normally, if I would have gotten that 3 off of 301 purchase, you would have seen a 1 cent discount on here, which I do not see. And I did check my account, so it does not look like I did receive that. Now, I do still have my other 2 transactions that I need to do, so I'm going to give it a moment. But honestly, you guys, I think I didn't get it, and that's perfectly fine. I'll just put the Clorox back. And then here's the second transaction, the exact same cost, $8.80 after taxes, $7.60 before taxes. So you see the 2 Febreze, the Airwick, the 2 Olay, and then the Schick. All of the digitals, the same $3.10 came off for the Airwick. And then you see the 2 $5 discounts, one for the 5 off of 25, the other for the 5 off of 15 on P&G body wash or deodorant. So the line got pretty long. So I told them I would check out with these 2 transactions, and then I want to go back and get in line. I have the other 2 transactions still here in my cart. And so, I'm getting ready to go back in line, and then I'll go ahead and do the other 2 transactions and show you that receipt. All right, you guys, hopefully you can hear me because now the music is blasting. So here is that last transaction with the Febreze fabric, the Icy Hot, the Tide Power Pods, the Skintimate Razor, and the Airwick. Here are all of the digital coupons. So the Icy Hot reduced down to $4.28, and then the Airwick reduced down to $3.11. All the other digitals came off, and then the 5 for 25. I paid $6.31 after taxes, so $5.36 before taxes, which I think is a really good deal. Probably should have done this one several times too. And then for that third transaction with the Dreft, here it is for $10.50, the Finish at $5.50, the Airwick at $4, the Icy Hot for $5.35. The Icy Hot reduced in this transaction to $4.30, and then the Airwick $3.22. The Dreft, the $3.05 came off, and of course I had no digital for the Finish. My 5 for 25, I paid $10.74 after taxes. Prior to before taxes would be $9.78. So definitely pleased with how both of those turned out. I knew that transaction would be a little bit more, but ultimately, you guys, I'm still pleased because where can you get the Dreft detergent as well as some of those other items for still under $10 pre-tax? Now, do I need the Airwick plugs? No. But I can still use the Icy Hot. My husband does work in a very physical position, so having the Icy Hot definitely comes in handy. But I think that's going to be it for me. There's nothing else here in terms of clearance that I'm interested in picking up. I did grab, just FYI, yesterday from here, this, not this particular one, but it's the one that's 128 loads. That was $73. And then I also ended up finding some Snuggle, and it was actually, you see the space is still empty up top. There was 4 of the Snuggle fabric softeners for $1.50 on this little end cap. So I ended up picking those up. And then I also went to one other store and I was able to find the snuggle dry sheets that were $1.67. So that's all the clearance shopping for me. There is one other store that is quite further out. Not sure if I'm one to even waste my time and go that far, but yeah, still pleased with everything that I picked up today as well as yesterday. So let me know how things are going for you guys at Dollar General. If you participated in the clearance event, or if you just chose to pick up some deals for today for the 5 off of 25. But that's going to do it for me, you guys. If you like these deals and want to duplicate them, please feel free to do so. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.